And the strange thing is that there's text messages from my partner as well, but the missed calls are showing on the timeline after. So they're out of order on the timeline. So, and the crazy thing is none of these phone calls came to my phone. None of these text messages dinged me. Only the one at 109. Very strange. So there we are with some cool high strangeness. So I just arrived at the house near Lake Cote, where I'm going to be staying for the weekend, and going to do a sky watch this tonight, which is Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. I'll probably be out all night because this is where they had the famous picture, like of a UFO, that when they were mapping the area, they found it later. NASA found it, and it's one of the most famous pictures there is. And this is a view from Anomalous Lake, right from the house itself. Okay, so I'm just arriving at the base of the mountain here. And as you can see, this was part of a study that Jacques did many years ago. So here it is. This is the famous Lake Cote in Costa Rica, not far from Lake Arenal and the Arenal volcano. And we were here for, oh gosh, several nights in a row back in January, a year and a half ago, January of 2020, just before the pandemic hit. And we didn't see anything, but we sure heard lots of stories. There's an eco lodge nearby where they had night watchmen, and all the night watchmen have seen this UFO, or UFOs, these lights that come out of the lake, and they go into the sky, and they go back down into the lake. So there's quite a history here. And I'm going to be here for the next, well, 3 nights, and I'm going to stay out as long as I can. Okay, so here it is, 1:50 in the morning. This is Saturday morning. I came here Friday night at 6 o'clock. Here it is, 1:50 in the morning, Saturday. And I basically heard a ding on my phone. And I checked my WhatsApp messages, and I see all these messages from my partner at 11:14 p.m., earlier on this night. And the strange thing is that there's text messages from my partner as well, but the missed calls are showing on the timeline after. So they're out of order on the timeline. So, and the crazy thing is none of these phone calls came to my phone. None of these text messages dinged me. Only the one at 109. Very strange. So there we are with some cool high strangeness already. Okay, it's 5:30 in the morning here at Lake Cote. I've been up all night and nothing was seen. It's just starting to rain here a little bit. But a strange anomalous thing with my cell phone at 1:09 a.m. My partner had texted me and called, and none of these came through. There was 4 texts and 4 calls. None of them came through and notified me, yet they were all showing on my phone, which was really odd. And what's interesting is they put in this whole subdivision. This is like, 8 lots, maybe 10 lots, that's just below where I was being stationed there observing all night. And not a single lot has a house on it. The lot that I was on, the one next to it, all these lots down here. And they put this in now several years ago. So it's well known in the area that there's this anomalous stuff that happens here. Is that the reason why nobody has actually ever built? Everywhere you look, there are for sale signs that have been there for a long time. Is it possible that no one has even ever bought one of these lots because of the well-known anomalous activity that happens here? Maybe people are just too afraid. And I talked about the Eco Lodge where the night watchman had seen the spheres of light and UFOs. This is part of the property. It's all abandoned now. And as you can see, it's private property. Even the road, there's wires across the road that have fallen down, and some of the old street lights here you can see. And there's a lot of other buildings here also that are all just run down and abandoned for several years now. This is part of Lake Cote off in the distance here. You can see it. And the road coming up to this, well, coming up to the Eco Lodge here, and this is an abandoned subdivision that's been sitting here for a long, long time. That was never completed. You can see that it's all overgrown now. This would have been the guardhouse right here, but it was never completed. Lots, again, were probably never sold. And this is looking over Lake Cote from this way. And in talking to the night watchman there last year, they were, walking over the entire property, including where this subdivision was. And they saw the spheres, these lights coming out of the water, many times during the year. So I'm hoping one of these times I'll actually get to see it. Okay, it's day 2 of the solo expedition to Lake Cote, and as you can see, it's just getting dark. It's pea soup up here. It's been raining all day. In fact, it's so wet, I've left my car parked over at the road there. It did look like it was clearing down below the mountain. I'm gonna wait maybe 30 minutes to decide whether to be sky watching here, but you can't see a thing. It's pea soup. Nothing was seen. No anomalies were seen, no spheres were seen, but they do occur. And, the night watchman said 2 or 3 times a year. So I've actually spent now 8 days times, 8 to 10 hours a night. So that's 80 hours plus another 3 or 4 times there for 2 or 3 nights. So another 9 or 10 days times 8 hours. So spent a lot of hours up there, but in order to see this, we'd probably have to spend hours and hours and hours. So I'm really looking at the idea of maybe installing some kind of a system up there with cameras. Get permission from one of the landowners to install like a webcam and just monitor it 24 hours a day. Anyway, so the expedition is over now, and I'll be heading back to San Jose in the morning.